This is a complete A to Z guide, a step-by-step course on email marketing and how to make money from it. Most online coaches sell the same information for hundreds of dollars, but I am giving it away all for free. So make sure you watch the video till the end. In this video, we will be covering Email 101, what no guru has ever told you before. Email marketing, your money-making machine. What are lead magnets and your first offer sequence? Monetizing email list, my top 7 ways. 100% working traffic strategies, both free and paid, of building your email list of thousands of people. Types of email sequences and case studies of emails that generated millions in sales. Tips and tricks of effective email marketing. And lastly, the common mistakes that beginners make that should be avoided. In a way, this is a crash course on email marketing. This video is part of our free digital marketing mastery course where I show you how to become a pro digital marketer without spending thousands of dollars on paid courses. Make sure you click on the I button or the link in the description to watch the entire free course playlist on YouTube. We launch 2 free courses on this channel every month, so make sure you subscribe to get courses worth thousands of dollars for free. We have timestamps for the entire video, so make sure you check the video description to jump over a particular section of the video. Lastly, I along with my team have created multiple bonuses for you guys like we always do. These bonuses include technical setup, email templates, case studies and much more. If you want access to all these bonuses, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe to our channel and comment with "I want to learn email marketing because." Once we reach 5,000 likes and comments, I will make the link to all these bonuses public in the video description. So without wasting any time, let's dive into our free email marketing course. 10% of the ad revenue of this video goes towards feeding the needy. Check the link in the description for our Mission No Hunger. And the rest 90% of the revenue helps us to launch many more free courses for you lovely people. So kindly support us. Welcome to the Email Marketing Masterclass. Now, what is email marketing? Now, email marketing is the use of email to develop relationship with potential customers or clients. Now, email marketing is considered to be the most effective marketing communication channel. And this is because email marketing has given the best ROI in terms of any traffic acquisition channel. If you consider social media traffic, if you consider direct traffic, if you consider any kind of traffic, email traffic gives you the highest ROI. If you try to search for all the ways different people make money online, be it product-oriented business or service-oriented business, you will find that most of the people talk about maybe social media marketing, maybe AdSense, affiliate marketing, but very few people actually talk about email marketing. But trust me guys, learning email marketing is vital for you to become a pro digital marketer. Email marketing is the most effective channel to communicate with your prospective customers. Take your own case. How many times do you check emails on a daily basis? If I talk about me, checking emails is a very regular thing. Because whenever you're running a business, the most effective way of communication is through email. If you sign up for any product, you get the communication through email. If you buy something on Amazon, even then you get a lot of emails, whether the product is dispatched or not, whether the product is shipped, whether the product is delayed, your refund request. If you're going for a trip and you buy a particular package, if you book flight tickets, all the communication take place through email. Also, changing email IDs is very difficult. You will see that most of the people keep the same email ID for many years. If I tell you about myself, I have been using the same email ID for all my personal communication that I created in my school days, which was almost 15 years ago. You might change your social media. There was a time when everyone was using Facebook, then people started using Instagram. Now so many different new social media apps have popped up. People are using TikTok more, some people are using Clubhouse, some people are only focused on LinkedIn. So you change your social media a lot, but your email ID always remains constant. You might even change your mobile number, but your email ID usually remains constant. If you're a working professional, then you know the importance of email. If you're using Slack for the internal communication of the team, then it's a different case. But even then, most of the communication, most of the official communication takes place through email. Email has become vital for everyone. Many of the people have started thinking that email marketing is going to die a slow death. But that is not the case. Yes, the open rates have declined a lot, and there are reasons behind it. But you have to understand that 58% of the people check email first thing in the morning. And unlike social media apps which keep on changing, email is a regular activity. So no matter how many people say that email marketing is dead or email marketing is dying, if you talk about the companies who are using email marketing the right ways, only they will tell you how important email marketing is in the overall success of their business. I have consulted so many clients that are making an ROI of 30x, 40x, some people are making an ROI of 20x. And all this is possible because of email. Also, you have to understand that if you're relying on a traffic channel like SEO, if you have seen my SEO course where I've shown you everything related to SEO and how to dominate SEO, then you know that SEO comes with a big caveat, that SEO traffic is highly unpredictable. Yes, you might be driving 1 million visitors per month on a particular month, but there is a probability that Google might hit you with a penalty. Although there are precautions that you can take, but if you can be extremely unlucky, then you might be hit with a penalty, and within a day you might lose 80 to 90% of your traffic. But the good part about email marketing is that you own your list. No matter how many subscribers are on your list. You might have 100 subscribers, 1000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers, or even a million subscribers. They are yours. Till the time you're not spamming the subscribers, till the time you're providing value to the subscribers, they will not unsubscribe. Imagine having the power of a million subscribers in your email database, and let's say if you want to announce something. Let's say you're a travel website. You sell travel packages or maybe flight tickets, etc. And you have an email database of around 500,000 people. And let's say it's Christmas or it's Black Friday, and if you're running a sale, and let's say if you're running a sale of 20%, imagine sending an email to over 500,000 people telling them about a sale opportunity. And let's say if you're getting an open rate of 40%, then 200,000 people will get to know about the sale that you're running. And even if you're getting a conversion rate of 2%, so if 200,000 people are opening the email, and let's say you're getting a conversion rate of 2%, which is 4,000 people actually end up buying any package or any flight or whatever you're selling on your website, the amount of revenue you can generate. And that is just from a single email. I have seen companies generating millions of dollars just on Black Friday or a Christmas sale, just through the power of creating a very valuable, very active email marketing strategy. Let's talk about some of the examples. This is backlinko.com. Backlinko.com is one of the most prominent websites in terms of SEO knowledge. The website is driving 1.2 million visitors. And look at the homepage of the website. What is he asking for? Is he asking you to subscribe on YouTube? Is he asking you to follow him on Facebook or Twitter, on Instagram? No. The only thing that he's focusing on is getting your email ID. And look at the headline of this landing page. Get exclusive SEO tips that I only share with email subscribers. Now the website is only about SEO. So all the people who are visiting the website only care about SEO, which is search engine optimization. Now since Brian Dean, who is the owner of this website, is the authority in the SEO space, even this guy is focusing entirely on the email address because he knows the value of email address. Usually if your list has email IDs from all the developed countries, be it US, Canada, UK, etc., then in a general way it is said that every email ID you can make 30 to 40x revenue. So for one single email ID, you can make around $40. If you use the email marketing tactics and if you use email marketing correctly. I know it's a very complicated process. You need to create many courses, you need to create upsells, downsells. It's not that easy. But you can achieve an ROI of 40x or 30x if you use it correctly. Now this guy has multiple video courses, and once you sign up for the email address, he will give you a lot of value. He will give you a lot of tips, tricks, etc. in the SEO space, and slowly and steadily, once he has delivered enough value, he will pitch his course to you guys. And the course might be of $1,000 or $2,000. Now the website is driving 1.2 million visitors per month, and the general conversion rate for any homepage is 1 to 2%. So of a million visitors who are visiting the website, even if the website is getting 2% conversion rate, that is 20,000 people are getting added to his email list every month, and that too for free. Because if you see, the majority of the traffic this website is driving is coming from search engine optimization or the direct traffic. So he's not running any paid ads. And out of those 20,000 people, let's say even if 2% people end up buying the course, the amount of money he's making. The last time he launched his course, he made over $1 million, and the course was entirely promoted on the email list. Similarly, I'm not sure whether you guys know about morningbrew.com or not. If you check the SimilarWeb, the website is driving 3 million visitors per month, and it's a single homepage. Become smarter in just 5 minutes. Get the daily email that makes reading the news actually enjoyable. Stay informed, entertained for free. Now, I love Morning Brew. All you have to do is enter your email ID and they'll start giving you daily news. In the morning, it's short, crisp, the most important news delivered to your email inbox every day. You might have seen Morning Brew running a different influencer marketing ads. Many of the YouTubers are also promoting Morning Brew these days. Now, why would a company who's giving daily free news be running ads through influencer marketing or any other way? Because they have a subscriber base of millions of people. If you check this news article, you say the Morning Brew newsletter will bring in 20 million in revenue this year. 20 million revenue this year just through a daily email newsletter. Because their list is over 2 million people strong. They have 2 million subscribers as of 2020. In 2021, it might have increased to 2.3 million, 2.5 million. And they're generating over $20 million. There are a few newsletters that I love and I highly recommend. So go to the My Tools section on our website, marketersfeed.com. The link is in the description. Here, click on the free newsletters I recommend. So the newsletters I recommend are The Hustle, Morning Brew, and Stack Marketer. All of them are really amazing and they are free to join. So click here on The Hustle. So this is the landing page of thehustle.co. You get daily news straight to your inbox and a great business and tech newsletter. So add your email ID and join for free. And now I'll show you how the newsletter will look in your Gmail or whatever email inbox client you're using. So this is the email you will receive once you subscribe for trends.co. So they have a lot of different knowledge. They have a snippets of all the different things that are going in the industry related to business and investing. They'll tell you about emerging business ideas. They'll tell you about the new technologies that are being growing exponentially. So all this is given for free, and all that is communicated to you through email. If you check the website of Backlinko, you will see that every possible way he's just trying to get your email ID. At the bottom of the website, you will see give the email ID, the SEO in 2021, the definitive guide. Similarly, if you go to the blog section, on the newsletter section again, he will try to get your email ID, like proven SEO tips straight to your inbox. If you go to the blog section, look at the above the fold. Again, he's trying to get your email ID. Before even giving you the blog articles, he's trying to get your email ID because he knows the power of email marketing. He knows that email is the most valuable asset that anyone can have. The SEO traffic might go to zero the next day, but the email list that he has is the most powerful weapon that he has. You might have heard about Substack. If you don't know, that Substack has been gaining a lot of popularity among various writers. If you check the traffic of the website, it has been driving 18 million visitors, and see the traffic trend. It has increased by a huge amount in the last few months. Now, Substack is a place where anyone can start broadcasting their newsletter. Let's say you are a graphic designer, you have a lot of knowledge about graphic designer, then you can create a newsletter about graphic designing and then ask people to subscribe to your newsletter. And that way you can make money because people can subscribe to your newsletter. They might be a free newsletter and then asking people to pay for a premium newsletter where you can give some additional tips and revenues. And all this is taking place through email. If you go to our website, marketersfeed.com, and go to the newsletter section, even we are running a weekly newsletter. We might convert this newsletter to a daily newsletter once we have enough subscribers. But since we are just starting out, it's a weekly newsletter where we'll be covering digital marketing news, online business news, entrepreneurship news, many case studies, snippets, quizzes, etc. And all this is happening through email ID. Once you enter your email ID, we will add you to our email marketing list. I will be telling you more about the different software that we use, how to use it, how to create a landing page like this, what is the difference between a single opt-in, double opt-in, how to send emails, what to write in an email, what not to write in an email. We will be telling you all about that later in the video. Now, if you're doing email marketing, you might even heard about buying the email database and sending emails, because once someone starts the email marketing, the most important question is, why would people subscribe? And how would people subscribe? Because people start the email marketing, but they don't know how to drive traffic. Some people start running ads on Facebook, Instagram, but running ads is an expensive affair. You have to spend a lot of money. If you are like me, you might have a YouTube channel, then you might drive people to your email marketing newsletter or whatever you're selling. If you don't have that, then you might receive few emails, people selling you an email database. Never ever buy email database because that is just spamming. You have to understand that buying email addresses or any kind of database or anyone who is selling you an email database or subscribers, never ever buy that because that is considered spamming. And also you have to understand that you have to provide value to your subscribers, and only then they will even think of buying something that you are selling. You might be selling a course, you might be selling consulting, you might be selling a service or a product or whatever you are selling. You have to first gain the trust of the subscriber. Only then he will show any trust to even buy something from you. So never ever spam. Spamming is the most negative thing that you can do for your email marketing. Also, it will really decrease the IP reputation. So whenever you're sending emails, you're sending it through the server. If enough people report that you are spamming them, then your IP reputation gets decreased a lot. And in the future, if you try to send emails, then none of the emails will go to the primary tab of Gmail. All of the emails will start going to spam. And whatever efforts you have made to build this amazing list, it will all go to waste. You have to make sure that whatever emails you send are highly relevant. People open the email, people communicate with the email, people engage with the email, people reply to your emails, because this gives very good signals to the email providers. Whether people are using Gmail, people are using Yahoo, whatever email client they are using, they have their internal metrics to track how a person is responding or interacting with a particular email. If you have a low unsubscribe rate, that's a very good signal. If people are not reporting your emails, that's a very good signal. If people are actually opening your email, that's a very good signal. So in a way, it's all about providing value. Just like creating a YouTube channel, you have to provide value. If you don't provide value, people will stop watching your videos and they'll unsubscribe. Similar is the case of email marketing. Now you have to understand that always focus on permission-based marketing. Like on this particular page, marketersfeed.com, the newsletter section, you'll see that I am asking for the email ID, right? So I'm asking for your permission to even send you the email. If I could have bought a database of, let's say, 1 million people from an online marketplace which is selling an email database, and if I then start sending you the emails, there's a very less probability that you will even engage with the emails, because you have not given me the permission to even send you the emails, right? So always focus on a permission-based marketing where you drive the traffic to a particular landing page, where you might get the email ID from a pop-up on your website or any other way. Whatever way you are using, the person should know what he is getting. The person should give you the permission to send him or her the emails. Now let me give you a summary of why email marketing is important. You're able to stay in contact with your audience. As I gave you the example earlier, if you have a list, then anytime you can send an email and you'll be able to reach whatever number of people that are on your list on an instant basis. The second benefit is that people engage with emails. Unlike social media feed where people are distracted, people might be looking at a video, the conversion rates are low, people are really engaged in other things, they are not in the mood to really communicate in a way. But whenever someone is opening an email, their mindset is such that they are looking for information that might be beneficial to them. They're not looking to get distracted. They're not looking to watch a video, a funny video or a funny post. They're not looking for their favorite Instagram celebrity. Rather, they are looking for things that are extremely important to them. It might be air ticket, it might be tracking information, it might be a discount coupon, whatever it. The other important metric is that email marketing is very, very effective in terms of measuring the email ROI. Let's say you have a list of 100,000 people and you send an email, then you'll get detailed metrics. How many emails were sent, how many people opened the emails, how many people replied to the emails, how many people actually clicked on the link which was included in the email. You can even track how many people actually purchased the product after clicking the link. That is the kind of tracking you can create with email marketing. Now, many people think that email marketing is very expensive. You have to understand that yes, email marketing requires an upfront investment. Unlike Instagram, Facebook or TikTok, where it is free to post and whatever followers you have, whatever, like on YouTube, if you have 1 million subscribers, you're not paying any money to YouTube to have those subscribers, right? But with email ID, you have to pay a monthly fees depending on the number of subscribers you have. If you go to marketersfeed.com, My Tools section, if you scroll down to email marketing tools. So these are the two companies I highly recommend in terms of email marketing. I have been using the same two companies for many years now, although there are other companies in the market as well. But I have seen that ActiveCampaign and ConvertKit seems to give you the best ROI in terms of the features they have, the pricing they have, and the quality of servers they have. And also extremely important is the support. The customer support they have is excellent. So I use ActiveCampaign and ConvertKit both for my Marketer Feeds newsletter. On Marketer's Feed, we have different kinds of emails. So I use ActiveCampaign for some kinds of email and ConvertKit for some kinds of email. You can use any one of them. So if you click on Try ActiveCampaign, if you go to their homepage, if you go to the pricing page, so you'll see that this is the pricing for ActiveCampaign. They have multiple plans, Lite, Plus, Professional, Enterprise plan. And these are the number of contacts you can have for this pricing. So if you have 500 people in your email list, then for the Lite plan, you'll be paying $9 per month. For the Plus plan, you'll be paying $49 per month. For Professional, $129 per month. Now, usually if you're just starting out, then Lite plan is enough. But if you have a lot of knowledge, then you should go for Plus plan. Professional is for someone who has a huge email list. They know what split testing is, and they want a lot of advanced feature. Like you'll see website personalization, predictive sending, predictive content. These are very, very advanced features, which not many beginners will require. So if you're just starting out, you can go for the Lite plan or the Plus plan. And as the number of subscribers increases, the pricing again increases. As you can see, if I'm increasing the number of subscribers, the pricing is increasing accordingly. For 25,000 people in your list, you'll have to pay $319 per month to ActiveCampaign to maintain these subscribers. Now I know that you might be alarmed that $319 is an extremely high amount for maintaining 25,000 contacts, whereas on YouTube or Instagram, you don't have to pay anything to have those subscribers or followers. But as I told you earlier, that email IDs are extremely, extremely important, and they are much, much more beneficial and valuable compared to an Instagram follower or a YouTube subscriber. I gave you the example of Backlinko earlier. With 1.2 million visitors, he might be driving around 25 to 30,000 email IDs per month. So he might be paying around $300 to $400 to whatever email client he's using. Then you have to understand the amount of products or services, whatever he is selling to the email IDs, it makes up for all the investment that he has made. So even if he's investing around $400 to maintain these email IDs, he's making many thousands of dollars in ROI because he's selling a course, he might be selling consulting, he might be doing some affiliate offers. So don't look at the investment. Rather look at the ROI that you can generate from email ID. Whatever is the size of your email list, it could be 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. You have to look at the ROI. So let's say if you're investing $100, how much money are you making back in the return? So don't think email marketing is expensive. It's rather very affordable if you know how to use it right. Now the next benefit is to increase the brand awareness. You can use email ID to increase your brand affinity. You can use to brand retention and so much more. And as I've told you multiple times that everyone uses email. They might not be opening social media accounts, but most people will open their email once in a day. So the probability of you putting an impression in your subscriber's mind is much higher compared to a social media channel. Unlike SEO, which takes many months or years to rather increase the traffic and get the benefit out of it, email marketing is one thing that you can get instant results with. If you have a good active list, people who love you, and if you then send an email, the ROI from that campaign will be much higher compared to any paid media campaign or a SEO campaign. So you might be thinking, if someone signs up for your email list, then how will you even make money, right? Some people even assume that the moment someone signs up for their email list, they'll start selling them their stuff, whatever they are selling, the digital product or the video course, etc. But it doesn't work like that. You have to first provide value. You can't just bombard the person with offers that you are selling. Like all the marketing campaigns in the world, you have to first gain the trust. Maybe show some social proof, show some testimonials, add some value in the life of the person, only then try to pitch your product. Also, some people might think that this is a lot of work, that you have to first create a landing page, then you have to get the email IDs, learn all the technicalities, then you have to send emails to each and every one of them. Don't treat it like that. It might look complicated at first, but it's not that difficult. I'll be showing you all of that later in the video, but all you have to do is write the emails once. So whatever your list size be, it could be 100, 1000, 10,000 or even a million. Once you have created an email campaign, all of these people will be sent automated email replies. You don't have to write emails for every subscriber. All you have to do is write the email once and all those emails will be shot automatically because you have an autoresponder sequence. And as I told you earlier that all the metrics can be tracked. The number of opens, the number of clicks, the number of conversions, everything can be tracked. And that is why email is such good marketing channel. Now let me log into my ActiveCampaign account and show you what is the dashboard of email marketing tool looks like. You can create an account for yourself and also follow along with me. You can get started with a light plan to understand how email marketing works. I will also highly recommend you guys to do it along with me because watching the videos is one thing, but actually doing it yourself is entirely different thing. So the real learning will come when you actually do it by your hand. Once you have signed up for our ActiveCampaign, this is how your dashboard will look like. The main dashboard will give you an overview of all your campaigns, the contact trends, the number of contacts, news, different automations, the contacts, and a recent activity. So contact section will give you all the different contacts you have. You can measure them, you can download them, export them. You can search through them, all the different people who have actually signed up. You can even add manage tags, the different exclusion. You can even clean your list. You can export them, search for any contact. Then this comes the campaign tabs. Campaign tab is very important. So these are the different campaigns you will create for all the different subscribers. As you can see, sending email best practices, send highly segmented emails so that you are sending the right messages to the right contact. This is very important. So once your email list becomes huge, so let's say if you have 50,000 people on your email list, sending the same email to all the subscribers is not right because you have to understand that you have to send relevant message to the relevant people. Only then the email open rate will increase. Let's say if you're an e-commerce store, you are selling, let's say guitars. So some people might be interested in acoustic guitar. Some people might be interested in electric guitars. So you have to segment these people. You have to create different campaigns for both of these sets of subscribers. All of this is possible in a tool like ActiveCampaign. You can segment the people with adding various tags. You can create automations. You can manage the templates as well. You can create different templates so that you don't have to write the emails again and again. You can create multiple templates depending on the branding of your brand for multiple different color schemes, or if you are using a particular style of emails, you can create a template for that. Also, you don't have to create a template from scratch. Most of the templates will be available. You can just edit them. So if you click on create a template, ActiveCampaign provides you with various different campaign options, or you can start from scratch as well. You can go for design update. And you have different kinds of campaigns like sell a product, maybe request a action, appointment, holiday and season. So you don't have to create everything from scratch. So that is why ActiveCampaign makes the job a whole lot easier. Then comes the automation part. Automation is where you'll be able to extract the real power of any email marketing client. You can create drip series as well. So just like for our digital marketing course that we have on YouTube, it's in the playlist form. So let's say if I want to create a landing page, instead of directly sending people to YouTube playlist, I can create a landing page. I can get their email ID and every day I can send them one email containing one lesson. So all this will be possible by creating automations. If you click on create an automation, there are many different kinds of automations. I won't be able to go through each kind of automation. So ActiveCampaign has done the job easier by segmenting the automation depending on various industries like fitness, nutrition, healthcare, online training, education. You can create an e-course delivery. You can create an upcoming class in TrustFlow. Similarly, if you're into fitness, then you can create a summit, fitness goals, upsell. There are hundreds and hundreds of automation. So whatever industry be, I'll recommend you guys to go through all these different automation and understand how they work. So you have conversation, list, site, reports. Reports is the most important section. Once you start sending the email, this is where the data will come up. This is a brand new account, so you don't see much data here. But this is where you'll get all the campaign reports, the open rate, the send rate, the click rate, and everything. Just like ActiveCampaign, we have another very popular tool, which is ConvertKit.com. If you check the SimilarWeb traffic, you can see it's a fairly popular tool. Driving 5.5 million visitors every month, which shows the popularity and how amazing this tool is. You can get started for free. They also have similar functionality like ActiveCampaign. You can check the pricing of this tool as well. Most of the email marketing platforms offer similar pricing. Like if you scroll, depending on the subscriber list you have, like you can see for 25k subscribers, ActiveCampaign was around $300 for their Plus plan. Here the Creator Pro plan will cost you around $279 per month. So ConvertKit is very popular among different creators. So if you are someone who has a YouTube channel or a podcast, or you're a TikToker, if you're some sort of a creator, maybe you're a beauty expert, maybe you're a music expert, then ConvertKit is fairly popular among them. It offers customized options for creating landing pages, email broadcast, and especially selling digital products and subscription is very popular feature of ConvertKit. Now let's talk about how to even create a landing page like I have created here to get the email IDs. So let's say you have watched the video till here, you have understood the importance of email marketing, and you are convinced that you will be integrating email marketing and you want to learn email marketing. So you have also signed up for ActiveCampaign or ConvertKit, whatever you like. Now you are thinking about how to create a landing page like this. You have the email marketing tool, but to get the email IDs, you need to create a landing page like this, right? Now I'll be showing you how to create a good looking landing page. What are the things that you must consider before creating a landing page? What are the best practices? And how to connect the landing page with your email marketing platform. So to create a landing page like this, go to marketersfeed.com, go to My Tools section. So now there are two options. If you have seen my blogging course, affiliate marketing course, or any other WordPress related course, then you know that I highly recommend Thrive Members. If you click here, now Thrive Members is a very popular suite which gives you a lot of different plugins and themes for a single monthly membership. If you scroll down, then you know that we are using Thrive Theme Builder for our website. We are using Thrive Architect to create beautiful looking articles for your website. And this video, we will be using Thrive Leads to capture the email IDs to create beautiful looking pop-ups that will help us capture email IDs. Similarly, we'll be using Thrive Architect to create beautiful looking landing pages. And also we will be using Thrive Optimized to create A/B test version of landing pages. I'll tell you why should you create multiple versions of a single landing page later in the video. You can also scroll down to email marketing tools. You already have signed up for ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign, whichever you like. You can also sign up for Instapage. Instapage is another very popular landing page builder tool. You can use Instapage as well. If you don't want to use Thrive themes, you can check Instapage. Instapage is another very popular landing page builder tool. If you go onto the plans section, they offer a 14-day trial as well, but I consider that Thrive Themes is a much better option because it offers you a lot of different plugins that will help you in creating a good looking WordPress website. That too for a very cheap pricing. If you click on Get Thrive Suite today, click on Get Thrive Suite. If you go for a yearly plan, you'll only be paying $19 per month. You'll be paying around $228. But the best part is you will be getting benefits of multiple plugins. You'll be getting Thrive Architect, you'll be getting a theme, you'll be getting Thrive Optimized for A/B testing the landing pages, you'll be getting Thrive Leads to capture the email IDs through pop-ups, which is extremely important. If you go to the blog section of my website, if you check any of the article like SEMrush review, do you see this pop-up? This pop-up is creating using Thrive Leads. You'll also be create beautiful looking pop-ups, and not just pop-ups. You'll also be create this floating bottom bar. So all of this will be available if you go for Thrive Suite. So that is why I recommend Thrive Suite. For any WordPress website owner or any digital marketer, this is a must have. So now I will be logging into my Marketers Feed WordPress dashboard to show you how to create a landing page. I'll first start with my own landing page of my newsletter, and then I'll take case studies of different landing pages. I'll try to tell you about the good things and the bad things about each of the landing page. Before we go into the landing page part, let me also tell you about single opt-in and a double opt-in. So whenever we talk about email marketing, there are two ways to get email IDs. First is a single opt-in and second is the double opt-in. With a single opt-in, let's say I add my email ID here, ankur@marketersfeed.com. I'll click on subscribe and then I'll start receiving the emails. But here the problem is that although I have added the email ID here, I haven't yet confirmed that I am the actual owner of this email ID, because anyone can add the email ID anywhere and I'll start receiving the emails. I don't want that because that will be considered spam, right? So in order to show the website that I am the actual person who owns this email ID, usually they send a confirmation email, and that confirmation email will have a particular link which when clicked shows the website that yes, I actually own the email ID, and that also gives a very good signal to Gmail or whatever email client you're using that the person took the extra step of clicking the email email ID, that means the person is real and he's actually interested in whatever newsletter or landing page that I'm giving my email ID to. Here, if I add my email ID and click on subscribe, you see I'm redirected to a thank you page, a newsletter thank you page. Thank you for subscribing to Marketers Fuse newsletter. And here I've given a GIF preview of that I'll be getting an email like this on my email ID, and I have to confirm the subscription. Now, many companies don't do the double opt-in because double opt-in reduces the number of people who actually subscribe to you whatever you're offering, because the person has to complete 2 steps. As in any case of marketing, if the number of steps increases, the conversion rate decreases. If you are starting email marketing, then I'll highly recommend you guys to only do double opt-in, because this will help you have a very clean list and also increase the IP reputation of your server. Here I have opened my Gmail and you can see that I have received an email from Marketers Feed. Please confirm your newsletter subscription. And here I have a link. I have to click this button. And you can see that my email is now confirmed, and now I'll start receiving email from this newsletter, Marketers Feed. Maintaining a clean list is extremely important, because if you are getting a very low open rate, let's say if you have 100,000 subscribers to your email list and if you send an email and only 10% of those emails are actually opening the email, so that's a very wrong and a very negative indication that your email list is not clean. It does not include the people who are actually interested in what I'm sending, and hence my email will start going to the promotion and the spam folders. But if you use the double opt-in, then you're actually getting the people who are actually interested in what you're offering, and their probability of opening the email will be much higher. So instead of 10%, you might be getting 30, 40 or 50% of open rate. And that's a very strong indication that yes, the email list is very engaged and they're actually interested in what I am offering, and hence our emails will be landing in the primary tab. Now let's talk about creating these landing pages, because creation of the landing page is the most important step. Every word counts: your title, your headline, your features, your benefits, how many fields you are adding, the length of your landing page. Every step will affect the number of conversions you will be getting on your landing page. So I created this landing page using Thrive Architect and Thrive Landing Page Builder. I've already told you how to sign up for Thrive Suite. So this is the landing page. I created a marketing newsletter landing page in my WordPress page builder. You can click on add new and create a new page in your WordPress dashboard. If you want to know how to start and scale a blog, we have a comprehensive blogging course as well. The link is in the description. I'll highly recommend you guys to watch that as well. You'll learn a lot in that course as well. So once you have created a page, I will be clicking on launch Thrive Architect. This is the landing page that we built. First, I'll give you a basic overview of the landing page. This is the logo. This is the menu structure. Usually, if you're promoting a product or services, it is recommended to not have the menu, rather just have the logo, which is redirecting to the home page. Because if you increase the number of distractions for the viewer for a landing page, then the conversion rate will decrease. Because let's say if 100 people are coming onto this landing page and you are getting, let's say, 40% conversion. So out of 100 people, around 40 people are actually adding the email ID. But if you add the number of distractions, like if you have a menu structure, then few of them might click on the My Tools section of the podcast or the about page, and they might go to some other area, and hence the conversion of the landing page will decrease. So instead of 40, you might be getting only 30%. So this is one tip I give. I haven't yet implemented it on my landing page because I really want to stress these parts as well. Yes, landing page conversion is an important part for my funnel as well. But then again, joining our community, about me page, my tools section, my free courses, all these are again very important for me, and hence I have not disabled it. But yes, if I was promoting a product or a service, then I would have disabled them and only kept the logo. Also, if you're planning to not create the landing page from scratch, let's say if you want some pre-built landing page template, which is already has some really good colors, headings, styles, etc., then all you have to do is click here on the cloud sign. So here you can start completely blank page, or blank page with header and footer, or a normal page, or pre-built landing pages. Here you have around 101 smart landing pages, 102 legacy landing pages. You can create multiple saved landing pages as well. So here we have all the different variations of landing pages. All you have to do is just click here and one click import will take place. Let's say if I want to check this landing page, I can click here, and these are all the variations of this landing page that I can import. I can click on any one of it and that template will be imported, and then I can start working on that. So if you don't want to start from scratch, then you can also use the pre-built landing page templates. These really help in saving time and making the work very easy. The most important part of any landing page is the headline, because this is the first area a person views whenever they open a landing page, because it's bold, it's big, and it clearly defines what the landing page is about. So in the first glance, if a person visits a landing page, they checks the headline and then they make a subconscious decision, okay, this landing page is for me or not. So usually the flow of a landing page is a person looks at the headline, then they look here, then they might look at the right image or the GIF. I have added a GIF because I have seen GIFs gives a better conversion compared to a photo, but this all depends on data. I will also be telling you about A/B testing and how to create multiple versions of a landing page to understand which landing page is giving the best conversions. Then I have a email ID submission area. Here you can have multiple fields as well, not just email ID. Here I can add multiple fields, like I can add name field as well. Here I can ask people to add their name as well. In the placeholder, let's say I add name. So I'm asking for name. I can also add another field. Let's say I also want their phone number. I can, maybe I want some text input, maybe the website URL or a checkbox or a file upload. I can add multiple fields. You can also make it required or not required, because if it is required, then you won't be able to submit the email ID unless and until all the fields are inputted. But few of you might have already guessed it. If you add number of fields, then the conversion rate will decrease. Here we'll put the name field double email field. I can edit the form elements as well. I can place this here. I can delete it. Can click on done. Similarly, I can add more fields. Let's say I add a phone number field as well, that I want the phone number of the person who's coming onto this landing page. So the person will have to submit name, email, phone, and then click on subscribe. And let's say I want the name field to be mandatory, that the person has to submit the name and the email field. And email field, as we can see, it is required by default. If he or she does not add the phone number, but only add the name and the email, even then they can click on subscribe and they will be moving on to the thank you page. But I don't really want the name. I only want the email address. Yes, having the name field would be good. That again depends on the product or service you're offering. Let's say you're a real estate agent and you're looking for real estate related leads, then getting a phone number will become mandatory for you, because you might have a customer care department and you might be calling all the people who are looking for the real estate services you are offering. Let's say I'm offering software as a service, where I will be going through your entire website and I will be telling you about all the bad things that a website should be working on. In that case, I might be looking for the website URL. So I'll click on add here. I'll go for a URL and I'll again make it mandatory. Click on apply, and in that case I'll also add the placeholder here and website URL. Click on apply, and hence I will also be taking the website URL. But you also have to understand, the more the number of fields you require, and less will be the conversion rate, because people are impatient these days and they really don't want to type a lot. And when you talk about conversion rate optimization of a landing page, if you decrease the number of fields required, you will get a higher conversion rate. That is, more and more people will subscribe or sign up for whatever you're offering. So in my case, I'll delete the name field, I'll delete the phone field. I also don't want the URL. I only want the checkbox and the email field, and I'll delete this. You also can do Control Z here, because Thrive Architect has this ability. You can also do Control C, Control V, Control Z if you're using a Windows laptop. So primary is the headline, and then comes the form field, and then you have a description about what you're offering. So here I'm saying become a smart learner, because my niche is marketing and online business. So all the audience that are watching me, they are primarily looking for marketing or creating an online business, creating a passive income source. So I have created a newsletter which is giving all the news related to marketing, online business, case studies, entrepreneurship, whatever is happening in the online business space, whatever is happening in the marketing space, and in a very clear and concise manner, they will be getting a newsletter on a weekly basis consisting all the news, all the happenings in the last week. And the best part is, instead of adding this newsletter on Substack and asking people for money, I'm giving it all for free. Just like the theme of our channel, our ultimate goal is to give as much free knowledge as possible, and I really want people to become a very smart learner. So one of the headlines that I'm testing is become a smart learner, and in the description I'm writing a weekly digest of must-to-read news of marketing and business, a weekly digest of must-to-read news of marketing and business worlds to make you smarter, directly delivered straight to your inbox every Thursday to keep you updated with the latest trends. I have given a short summary in bullet point list of our weekly content will cover digital marketing news, online business news, entrepreneurship, and exclusive case studies. One very important step that usually all landing page builders miss is how the landing page is looking in mobile. If you have seen our other courses on this channel, then you know that I am a strong proponent of how the website or the landing page or whatever you're offering looks on the mobile. Because majority of your traffic, approximately 70 to 80% of your traffic will be coming from mobile device, and how a landing page looks on the desktop will be entirely different from how it looks on the mobile. So here with Thrive Architect, it gives you the option to look at your visual in all the three variations. So currently the desktop is selected. You can also check the entire view in the tablet view, how it will look on a tablet, and then on the mobile view. Here you can see this is how the landing page will look on the mobile view. Become a smart learner, a smart digest, something like this. I have disabled the GIF on the mobile view. So this is extremely important, because something that might be looking very nice in the desktop view might look horrible in the mobile view. So you have to optimize everything for different variations and different views. If you don't do this, then you will not get accurate data. Also, your conversions will drop by a significant margin. Now, I'm not saying this is the best landing page that I can create, but this is one version of the landing page that I have created. But I will be creating at least 7 to 8 different versions of the same landing page with different variations. Some variation might have a different headline. Some variation might have a different structure. In one, I might be testing an image. In one, I am testing a GIF. I might be testing multiple fields. I might be changing the bullet points, the feature list here. I might be making multiple screens. As you can see, it is only a single page right now. I might be creating multiple pages, giving more benefits, describing more about the services I'm offering. So email marketing, when we talk about landing page, it is all about testing. It is all about data. You have to send a lot of traffic to the landing page and see which landing page is converting the best. I love conversion rate optimization, and the best part about conversion rate optimization is that you can extract more value. It could be monetary value, it could be number of email IDs, it could be number of phone leads from the traffic that you are already driving. So if I'm driving 1,000 people to this landing page and if I'm able to get 20% more conversion, so that's a 20% benefit for me just by changing a few things. It might be the headline, it might be the structure of the landing page, and that is where the power of A/B testing comes into play. And to create multiple versions of a landing page, if you're using ThriveSuite, then all you have to do is click on the A/B icon here. And this is the part of Thrive Optimize. Now Thrive Optimize is another free plugin that you get with ThriveSuite if you're going for the monthly membership. And here you can see I have 4 different variations of this landing page. So this could be variation 1, and in the bracket I can write what changes I did. Maybe like headline 2, and I can maintain a sheet of all the different headlines I'll be testing. Similarly, variation 3, variation 4, I can create multiple variations. If you want to create a landing page from scratch, you can click on add a new variation, or you can just copy the current landing page and start working on that. Let's say I want to copy the main landing page because I believe that this landing page will be converting the best. So let's say I want to create a copy of this. I'll duplicate this landing page, and it is duplicated. So I'll write it as variation 5, and I'll click on edit variation. So this was the landing page. Let's say if I want to test a different thing, let's say I want to try a different headline. So the variation can have any change, but whenever you're testing a landing page, you have to understand you should not be changing multiple things at once. Rather, you should be only changing a single thing. So the variation could be like, instead of a GIF, I can change it to a image. Or the variation could be I can try a different headline. Or the variation could be I can add different field, maybe multiple fields. Or the variation could be I can change the order of this checklist, maybe different style, or I can change the description here. But only one thing should be changed. Because if you change multiple things, then you will have no idea which particular change led to the increase or the decrease of the conversion. So we can create a headline like marketers feed weekly, but this will only work with all the people who might know my brand from YouTube or from all the different areas we are promoting our free courses. So they might check this landing page, they will understand, okay, I will get a weekly news, but then again, the headline is not very enticing. Whenever you're writing a headline, you have to keep multiple things in mind. It should be click-worthy. It should be bringing an emotion. It should be representing a lot of value. I'll show you more headlines just to let you know what kind of headlines really work. Here you can see the headline of Morning Brew, which is a very popular newsletter. I already showed you the case study of it. And here the headline is Become Smarter in Just 5 Minutes. Now, instead of writing a headline like Get Daily News or Get news delivered every day in the morning, they are writing a very striking headline like Become Smarter in Just 5 minutes. Because everyone wants to become more smarter. And everyone has the constraint that they don't have enough time. So if it will only take 5 minutes to become smarter, so you are getting the attention of all the people. And then the description, they are telling what they are offering. Like get a daily email that makes reading the news actually enjoyable, stay informed and entertained for free. So a very strong and a bold statement. But do you think that they found this headline or the description right in the first try? Morning Brew is getting 2.6 million visitors on their website on a monthly basis. So they also have multiple variation of this landing page, and then they are testing this landing page on over 2.6 million visitors. And then they are checking the number of conversions they are getting. For which headline they are getting a higher conversion. And not just the number of conversions, they also have to look at the lifetime value of the customer. If someone is coming with a different expectation, maybe they try a headline which is not relevant to what they are offering, then the expectations are not matched and then the people will unsubscribe. They also have to look at the number of people who are subscribing. Are they unsubscribing in first week, second week, 1 month or 2 months? So the headline and what you are offering has to match, but at the same time the headline has to be extremely click-worthy, extremely enticing, it should be emotional, it should be driving a lot of benefits, and it should be concise. It should not be very long. On a side note, guys, also subscribe to my podcast Marketers Feed, which brings you daily actionable digital marketing and online business lessons that I have learned and experienced over 8 years of being in this field. I know your time is valuable, hence the episodes are filled with value and also short, just under 10 minutes for easy consumption. Subscribe now, the link is in the description. Now let's go back to the video. Here, I love Stack Marketer newsletter. I follow them on a daily basis. They send daily marketing news, and their headline is the marketer's #1 daily newsletter. Carefully curated digital marketing news, tech and actionable advice. So if you are a digital marketer, if you are someone who is doing marketing on a daily basis, maybe you have a job profile of marketing, then this is perfect for you. They are not targeting a very general audience base. They're only targeting the marketing community, the marketer's #1 daily newsletter. So again, a very strong headline. And also you'll see they don't have any navigation structure here. They don't have any navigation, none of the other distractions. delivered fresh every day at 1 p.m. CET, and then they have privacy policy, cookie policy, terms and service. These are extremely important for any landing page you are creating. You have to make sure you have a cookie policy, privacy policy, terms of service. If you have seen my blogging course or affiliate marketing course, then you already know how to create these policies for free. Similarly, thehustle.co, look at the landing page. It's so simple. Nothing much, no navigation, no heading, just the logo of the company. Then get the daily news straight to your inbox. Sign up to the Hustle, business and tech news in 5 minutes or less. So a very strong call to action, a very short, concise call to action. Then they have the email ID field. Even they are not asking for a name or any other field, just the email ID. Join free. Again, the CTA is join free. Instead of subscribe, they are using a CTA like join free, because these small things also increases the conversion. So this is another idea we can do for our landing page. Instead of writing subscribe, we can create a landing page variation where instead of subscribe, I'll click on edit form elements, and subscribe, I'll have join free. And I can then test this variation whether this one is converting better or not. Now hustle.co is getting 851,000 visitors per month on this landing page. So they also have enough data to understand, okay, how many people are actually converting. And they are also creating multiple variations. Now, apart from a single screen, they also have some social proof, like trusted by 1.5 million readers. No one wants to join a newsletter which only has 100 or 200 subscribers, because everyone wants a newsletter to be very popular. And hence, trusted by 1.5 million readers gives a very strong indication that this is not a very small company. Rather, they have a very huge reader base, and they also have a scrolling testimonials along with their, I think the Instagram or the Twitter handle. And then they have some testimonials about the newsletter. If they have very small, clean landing page, then this must be converting really well, because the amount of traffic they are driving is huge. So even a 1 to 2% change in the number of emails they are driving from this landing page will really have impact in thousands, not just hundreds. The point I'm trying to convey is that building a landing page is something that you can't build the perfect landing page in your first try. Especially if you're coming from a background where you have never built a landing page, you really don't understand the power of the headline, the description, and you really don't know what copywriting is, the kind of text that will impact the most to the viewer or the reader of the person. So the only way to create a good landing page is through practice and studying the landing pages of other people. The best way to create a landing page is to first create a rough draft of the landing page that you are thinking that you'll be creating, and then checking the landing pages of all the competitors or all the peers in your domain, what they are doing on their landing page, the kind of headlines they are using, the kind of imagery, the description, and then get inspiration from them. I will never recommend you guys to copy the heading or the headline or the description. Rather take inspiration and then mold it according to your needs. Like in my case, I'm showing the navigation. Most of the landing pages, they don't. So that's my personal choice. And once you have created a variation, let's say if I changed join free here. So the change that I made was, instead of subscribe, I changed it to join free. I'll keep the same headline, like become a smart learner, because as I told you earlier, you should not change multiple things, only change a single thing and see how the conversions are getting affected by that. So I'll make that change. I'll click on save work, and it is saved now. So if I go into the A/B test variation, you'll see I have 5 variations, and here I have variation 5, and I'll write like join free just to get a sense, okay, what changed I made here. So this is how you can create multiple variations. The number of variations you have to create again depends on the kind of traffic you have. If you'll be only driving, let's say 100 or 200 visitors to a landing page per month, then creating a huge number of variations won't really help you, because the sample size is very less. But let's say if you are running paid ads, if you have social media following, if you have TikTok following, or if you're watching all our courses and creating something, and if you know how to drive free traffic or the paid traffic, and you can drive around thousands of people to your landing page on a monthly basis, then I will recommend you to create multiple variations. Else my recommendation will be to create 2 or 3 variations max. And once you figure out what are the best things that are working in those 3 variations, and then find a winner out of that, do the best things of all those 3 variations, and then create 2 more variations. So out of every 3 variations, figure out the winner, and then create more variations, and again find out the winner. So repeat this process till the time you're getting the highest conversion possible. Also, you can distribute the amount of traffic you want to drive. Let's say I want 30% of the traffic to be driven to this landing page, 10% to this, 20% to this. I also want to increase it to 30% here. If I want to drive more traffic to a particular landing page, you can do that by scrolling the bar here, or you can also add the percentages here, but the overall percentage has to be 100. So once you do that, or you can click on distribute traffic evenly, and then 100 will be divided by the number of variations you have created. And let's say once you have finalized all the variations, then all you have to do is click on setup and start A/B testing, and then the test will start, and it will also ask you for the duration of the test, like how long do you want the test to run. Like here, if I click here, I can set the details below. I can add the split test name, like our first A/B test, because this is the first time I'm doing. Short description. You can write a short description about what is your goal, why you're creating your A/B test, just so that after you check the result after 7 or 12 days or 15 days or a month, you should know what was in your mind when you started this test. Then you can also enable the automatic winner setting. So whichever one is converting the best after the select time zone, then the winner will automatically be selected. I'll click on next. Then set the goal of the test. Now the goal of the test can be multiple. As I told you, the objective of creating a landing page can be very different for every person. Someone might be selling a product, someone might be selling a service, someone might only be looking for the email IDs, someone might be looking for the landing page visits for a particular goal page, someone might be looking for revenue, because if you're selling something on the landing page, you also have to see how much revenue you are getting. So in a way, you can test different variations of a landing page. For example, let's say if you're selling a course, the course price you have thought is $97, but you also create a variation of the landing page where the course price is $297. So in that case, let's say for the $297 version, if less people opt for $297 version and more people opt for $97 version, but there could be a scenario where the overall conversion or the overall revenue for the $297 version is much higher compared to the $97 version if you drive similar traffic, because with $297 version, you're getting 3x the revenue. To show you with data, let's say we are testing a landing page where the target is to maximize the revenue. Here, for example, let's say we are driving 1,000 visitors to that landing page, and for every variation, we are driving 1,000 visitors. And the product price we are testing is $97, $297, and $597. Let's say we haven't finalized the pricing, and we are testing 3 different pricing. And for the first landing page, the conversion rate is, let's say, 10%. So 10% of the people are converting. So that means 100 people actually bought the product, and the revenue will be $9,700. For the second variation of the landing page, let's say only 5% of the people are converting, that is 50 people. But here you can see even with lower conversions, the revenue is very high compared to the first variation because the product price is higher. Similarly, for the third variation, the conversion rate is even lower, 2.5%, that is only 25. But since the product price is high, the revenue generated is again the highest, $14,925. So it's not that only the conversion rate of the landing page really matters, but also you have to understand the kind of impact you can create on the end goal. Is it revenue? Is it number of email IDs? It is number of calls generated and how much revenue you were able to create. So whenever you're creating a landing page, you need to know the entire funnel. And this is why I'm teaching this entire free digital marketing playlist so that you become better in each of the step. Be it from the funnel creation, running Facebook ads, Google ads, creating landing page, email best practices, driving SEO traffic, building a website, building a profitable blog. So everything is taught in this free digital marketing playlist. Even in the future, we'll be launching many more free courses so that you become better in creating a perfectly optimized funnel. I've already told you that we are using ConvertKit for our email marketing journey. Even this is a landing page. The pricing page is a landing page for ConvertKit. Here they have different pricing structures. There is free, there is creator, and there is a creator pro. Now they are an established company. They have already tested their pricing structure. They know which pricing is converting the best. But when they got started, even they were testing with their pricing structure. So they might have created multiple variations of this pricing page. For one time, they might be charging $37, $47 or different pricing structure. And then they were testing the lifetime value of that customer, the kind of impact, the kind of revenue they are creating, the different features they should offer, whether they should have this free course part on this landing page, the FAQ page, all this is tested. So whenever you are building a product or a service-based company, whenever you are building a landing page, you have to look at the entire funnel. Only then your funnel will be profitable. So it's not just the number of conversions, but also the end goal, how much are you able to optimize for that. One more thing I will give you for a better conversion rate optimization is here you can see both these landing pages of Morning Brew and the Hustle.co have Facebook Pixel installed. Now this is a Chrome extension will help me find out whether the Facebook Pixel is installed on the landing page or not. So they are even tracking how many people actually converted. So they have the Facebook pixel. So this way they can create an audience on Facebook of all the people who converted for the landing page. That means all the people who have converted for the newsletter. And they can also create an audience segment of all the people. Let's say 70% of the people are subscribing for the newsletter and 30% people don't. So they can create a segment on Facebook about all those 30% people and then start showing a different kind of ad. This comes under remarketing. If you have seen a free Facebook ads course, then you already know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, I'll highly recommend you guys to watch it entire free course as well, because creating a landing page, the next step is to drive traffic and you will have to run Facebook ads or Google ads. So I'll highly recommend you guys to watch my Google ads course and the Facebook ads course to understand what is custom audience, what is remarketing, and how to drive more revenue for your product and service. I have one more example here. So this is another newsletter called kickstartsidehustle.com. Now what they have done is the moment I scroll to the close bar here, so they have an exit pop-up. Now exit pop-up is again a common strategy that has been very popular in landing pages. So you already have a subscribe page on the landing page, but let's say 10% of the people are going and clicking on the close button. So you give them a last chance. Here the exit pop-up says, hold up, sorry for being an a-hole, but join my newsletter here and I share cognitive biases and principles. So you can test a different headline here because this is very interruptive, because if someone is trying to click the close bar, so you're trying to act as an intrusion. So show your lead box. So you're trying to give more description here. Okay, why should you join the newsletter? Don't go yet. And you can try more benefits here, more features here, and a subscribe bar. And this you can again connect to your email client, and all the email address that are added here will be going to your email client. So creating an exit pop-up is another strategy you can do. If you're using Thrive Suite, I'll show you how to create an exit pop-up. If you're using Thrive Suite, then you can use Thrive Leads to connect and create an exit pop-up. So once you have created all this, once you have created all the variations, you have selected your goal, whether it's subscription, visit goal page or revenue, then you can do this and start the A/B test. And after a few days, you'll get a winner. Now let's talk about how to connect this subscribe field to your email client. Here on the left hand side, you can see I have ActiveCampaign already connected to my Thrive Leads. And once I click on this edit button, you can see I have ActiveCampaign selected. And in this integration, you can see the different mailing list I have. So I have all these mailing lists. ConvertKit subs, affiliate marketing checklist. And here I have selected marketers feed newsletter sign up. And whenever someone enters their email ID here, it will be directly going into ActiveCampaign and this particular list in ActiveCampaign. I'll also show you the list. Here you can see I have 5 different lists. This is the list segment. This is ActiveCampaign, marketers feed activehosted.com. This is the ActiveCampaign account I have. I have 5 different lists. And here in the drop down, you can get access to all these different lists. And wherever I want to transfer this email ID, I can select that list. So here I have marketers feed newsletter sign up. Since I haven't yet launched the course, I haven't done any promotion. So we have very few contacts. So here I have connected ActiveCampaign. I'm adding the email ID to this marketers feed newsletter list. And here in the list section, you can find the newsletter list. And then I have an automation. For automation, you just can click here on the automation part. Then I have an automation which says that if a contact subscribes for the marketers feed newsletter sign up, which is the list I'm talking about. So if someone enters this particular list, then send an email automatically to them, which is a double sign up email. So I showed you earlier that whenever I entered the email ID, I got an email in my email client, which asked me to double opt in, which is to confirm the email ID. So if I want to change the email ID, I can click here. I can click on edit and I can make the changes in the email as well. So this is the email, this is my banner, this is the text that goes along with it, then the confirmation link. Once you're done with this, you can make all the changes you want. So just like Thrive Architect, you have text block, image, button, video, etc. You can drag and drop anything and make a change. You can also delete it. Yes. If I want a text block, I can drag and drop here. And let's say if I want to add something, bonus, etc., etc. I don't want this, so I'll delete this. Similarly, I can add a line break, a video, button, just like Thrive Architect. And once you're done with this, click on save and exit. And you can come back to the automation. So once someone adds into the marketers feed newsletter sign up, they are sent an automatic double opt-in automation. This automation will wait for 3 days and it will be expecting the person to click on that double opt-in. And similarly, I have more automation here. This is the power of email client. So whenever you are using a service like ConvertKit or ActiveCampaign, it gives you the power of not just creating a list, but also this amazing setup of creating an automated funnel. Here I don't have to create it multiple times. So even if on my landing page, let's say 1 million people come onto this landing page, and let's say out of that million people, 500,000 people sign up for this email list, then all of them will be going to this same automated setup. I don't have to send them these emails manually one by one. Rather, everything is taking place automatically and I'll be getting a detailed report in my report section. I can even select a particular email and check how many emails were sent, what's the open rate, what's the click rate, how many people are actually converting in the double opt-in. All that data will be available in the report section. You can also clean the list. You can also check all the contacts you have. If you want to find a specific contact, you can do that. You have multiple filters for this. You can add manage tags, manage scoring, manage exclusion. If I talk about all the options, this video will easily become 4 or 5 hours long because email marketing is huge. But right now, I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what email marketing is. Now, if you are wondering, how did you even get ActiveCampaign here? Like if I select here, how do you even get ActiveCampaign connected to Thrive Architect or Thrive Optimize? For that, what you have to do is go to your dashboard, go to Thrive dashboard. And once you scroll down, you'll have API connections. Click on manage connections. So here I have added multiple connections. So to add a new connection, let's say if you want to connect your email client, click on add a new connection, select the app you want. Let's say if I want to connect Aweber, I'll click on Aweber. And then they have a link which shows how to connect Aweber to your Thrive Architect or Thrive Suite. You can watch this video. And once on that, click on connect. Here you have to add your login name and password. And after that process is done, it will automatically be connected. The API connection is very simple. They already have a very detailed guide and all the connections you have made, it will be available here. Similarly, as you can see, I have ActiveCampaign, I have ConvertKit, I have WordPress account, all the different integrations I have. So right now I have selected ActiveCampaign, I have selected the list, and this is how the entire email marketing process is taking place. Now let's talk about all the different benefits Thrive Leads offer. So I already have Thrive Leads installed. If you're using Thrive Suite, then it comes free with Thrive Suite. So here I've selected Thrive Lead. It has multiple options. You can create lead groups, lead shortcode, Thrive boxes. There are multiple things. So let's say if I want to create an exit pop-up, I'll click on lead group here. And let's say I want an exit pop-up. So I'll click on add lead group. So a group is something that you want specific things on particular pages or a list of pages or a category or a tags. You have multiple opt-in options. So you can create a in content, you can create a light box which opens up, you can create a post footer, you can create a screen filler, then you can create a scroll mat, slide in all the widgets, PHP insert. There are multiple options that you can create. Let's say if you are creating a light box here, you also want to create a screen filler, you also want to create a scroll mat. And if you want to show them in few categories only, then you can select the category. I can also select the post. Let's say if I want to show this exit pop-up in the marketing newsletter, I'll select the marketing newsletter. But if I also want to show this exit pop-up in multiple different pages, I can select all the pages. I can click on save and close. And now I have to add the pop-up. So I'll create a form, pop-up. I'll click on create a form. You can create multiple variations. So I'll click on edit here. So while building a pop-up, we already have some templates that we can import. We don't have to build it from scratch. So these are all the different templates that are available. You can select any one template and start working on that. So let's say if I want to select this template, I'll choose template. So this particular template has multiple states. It has a default state and a state one. So let's say if I click here on the send me the white paper, then the state number 2 will open up and here the person can add the details. Let's say I only want this first page. I don't want the second state. So I'll delete the second state. I'll keep only this one. And I can change the headline, something like don't leave yet. And then I can mention some benefits. Like I told you earlier, the exit pop-up should have some benefits like benefit 1, benefit 2, the value that you are providing. And then you can have the opt-in box here. You can also add the opt-in box. You can search for a form here, lead generation form. You can drag and drop it here, the lead generation form. You can select any template you want. Let's say I just want a simple template like this. I can again select the connections and leads to. I can select active campaign here. I can select the marketers feed newsletter list. I can make changes to this form as well. I can click on edit form elements. I can make changes to this. Let's say if I don't want the name field, I can delete this. I only want the form field. I can keep it. Click on done. I'll delete this. I'll also delete this. I'll add some more elements, maybe remove this image, and then I'll replace it with something else. I'm just explaining you the basic options you have. Obviously, this is not the final version. You really have to make it beautiful. But then again, everything is available. All the options are available here. Also, if you want to change the template in between, you can click again on the cloud section here and you can select a separate template. Let's say I want this. I'll click on choose template and the template is imported and then I can start working again here. So once this is done, click on save work. Once you have completed the pop-up, you have multiple settings. The display frequency, if someone closes this pop-up, how often do you want to show this pop-up to? If you click on 0, then every time the page loads, this pop-up will open up. The animation you want, whether you want zoom in or zoom out or rotational, the kind of animation you want when this pop-up opens up. I'll clip it, zoom in. And then the trigger. The trigger could be anything. It could be show on page load. But I don't want this pop-up to show once someone loads this page. But rather, I want to show this particular pop-up in the exit intent. Here you can see, show when the user is about to exit the page. So if someone goes to the close button, then it will automatically show this pop-up just to get the extra conversions. But you have to understand that on mobile device, there is no close button. On the mobile device, someone doesn't go to the browser tab and clicks the close button. So here we have a smart exit. In smart exit, you can specify the time when this particular pop-up should open up. So let's say if someone takes on a general level 30 seconds to check the entire page and then they close. So I can select a 30-second timeline. And after 30 seconds, this pop-up will automatically open up. If I don't want the smart exit, I can keep it off. I can click on save. And once I go back to Thrive Leads, once I've created the pop-up, once I've created the settings, then I can click here and I can start it on mobile. As you can see, display on desktop, display on mobile. I can select wherever I want to show this exit pop-up. Let's say I only want to show this exit pop-up on desktop. I'll keep the mobile off and only on desktop. If I want to stop it, I can do this. If I want to edit it, I can click here. If I want to delete it, I can click here. Here you'll get all the stats, the number of impressions, the number of conversions, everything will be available here. So this is how you create an exit pop-up. Not just an exit pop-up, a basic opt-in form. The opt-in form could be of any type. It could be post, footer, ribbon, screen filler, in content, slide in, widget. I won't be going through each and every option. If you want a very comprehensive video covering all these different options, then you can sign up for our membership. And if I get enough interest, I'll create a comprehensive video covering all the different options this Thrive Leads have. If you guys don't know, apart from free courses we are launching, we also have a community. The link is in the description, or you can go to marketersfeed.com, click on join our community. This is an exclusive members only community. You can check the landing page, and if you're interested, you can join it. Now let's talk about sending one-off emails to all your contacts and how to write email and the best practices. So here I'm in the campaign section of ActiveCampaign. So campaign section is where I can send highly segmented emails to all the different peoples of my contact list. I can send the emails to a particular segment. I can send the emails to all the contacts I have, and there are multiple options. So let's say if I want to create a new campaign, I click on the new campaign. Let's say if I'm launching a new YouTube course and I want to give an update about this to all the members of the contact list I have. So campaign name could be something like this, new course launch. Maybe let's say I'm launching my YouTube course. Right now we are still building the course. It's still not launched. So I click on next, and then I'll have to select the list, like for which particular list I have to send this email to. I have multiple lists. So let's say I want to send this email to all the people in the marketers newsletter list, this particular list. I know the significance and the purpose of this list. You might have multiple lists. Let's say you have a list of customers, you have a list of prospective customers, you have a list of people who are subscribed to your newsletter, people who are looking for general updates. So you have multiple lists. So click on next. And here you have to select the basic template. You already have multiple templates available. You can also import it. You have multiple design templates. You have layouts, the past campaigns that I have sent. You can also go for a given update. Since the campaign I'm trying to say, because it's a course launch, so it's more like a general update. So here we have new blog post, new salesperson assigned, subscription alert, week new newsletter, product back in stock. Make an announcement. This could also come under what I'm trying to promote. Send a new sign up checklist. Okay, let's select this one. So this is the preview, how it will look. I can give a basic overview of my new course, then I can give a link to my new course launch. Okay, this seems nice. So I have seen the preview. I'll click on select. The sender details, your email ID and your email subject. Email subject is extremely important. Just like any YouTube video, where the title is extremely important. Whatever you're doing in marketing, be it writing Google ads, Facebook ads, doing SEO, you always have to look and go into the mind of the person who's actually viewing it. And you have to figure out the ways in order to get their attention, because attention is the new currency. And to grab the attention, you really have to stand out. And to stand out, you need to learn the art of copywriting. Copywriting is all about writing and using the words and the lines in which you can have the maximum impact. You can really help your product and services stand out. Like whenever you talk about Nike, you instantly think about the tag, just do it. Because that's copywriting. That's the phrase they have selected. So Nike is always associated with just do it. So similarly, whenever you're writing any email subject or a Facebook ad, you always have to think about the open rate. Don't try to be clickbaity, but yes, it should be click worthy. So the announcement email subject line could be something like this. My new course is live. Go watch now. Right? Here I could have also added the word free here, like my new free course, because free gives the chance of urgency. It also will help me get a higher click-through rate, a higher open rate, because no one wants to pay extra money for anything. Everyone is looking for getting the highest amount of value in the least possible amount. But usually the thing with email marketing is that you have to be very cautious with some spammy words or some words which are to be used in caution, like a word like free, because most of the spammers in email marketing use a word like free. Especially try to use very few uppercase characters. Like here I have added free in complete uppercase to stress attention. But the more uppercase characters you have, higher will be the likelihood of your emails going to the spam folder. See, I'm not saying that even a single word like this will put your email in spam. If you have a good relationship with your email list, they're opening your email, they're interacting with your email, they're replying to your emails, then these small things won't really make an impact. But yes, if you have a very low open rate, people are unsubscribing, people are not connecting with your email ID, even small triggers like this can really put your emails in spam. So I can write something like, my new course is live, go watch now. It seems like a decent headline. I'm not saying it's the best. Writing a headline is just like writing a title of the YouTube video I'm creating. Like we are creating courses which are 2 to 3 hours long, but I can tell you guys that the headlines or the title of these videos were not decided instantaneously. Rather, I along with my team members, we sit and we brainstorm on the different titles, and the title which really stands out, the title which really resembles the most amount of benefit and the value, and that is the one we select. So don't take this step lightly. Once you are done with this, click on continue. And here we have just like a normal text editor. I can delete anything, I can keep anything. Here I have to write the email. Then here I can add the link to my YouTube playlist, my free course, which is not yet created. We are still building it, but I'm showing it for the sample purpose of this video. This is how you write an email. So the basic general practice of writing an email is it should be short, it should be concise. I'm not saying that every email needs to be short. Sometimes you want to write long emails, but the formatting has to be really good because you have to keep the attention of the person, because apart from you, they are getting hundreds of other emails. So in order to stand out, in order to get their attention, in order for them to read the entire email, you need their patience. And you also need to make your email easy to read. So make sure you have shorter sentences, you have bullet points, you have bold, you have italics, you use multiple headlines, like different headlines, different font, because these small things really make an impact on the number of people who actually read your email. You might be able to get a higher open rate using a very enticing or click-worthy email headline, but in order to make the other person read the entire email, you really need to put an effort in the formatting of the email. Also, the email should be consistent with your brand colors. Like if my brand color is blue, black or orange, whatever my colors is, make sure your buttons also resemble the color of the button that you have on your website. You should have a logo. It's good again for brand recognition. If you want to add another text block, you can do that. You can add image. Similarly, you have multiple options. One another thing, whenever you are adding an image or a GIF, see, the ultimate goal of every email is to be as low in size as possible. So if you're adding an image, make sure you compress the image using compressed JPEG. I've already talked about all these in my blogging course and affiliate marketing course, that compressing the image is extremely important. Similarly, if you're adding a GIF, because the size of a GIF is usually high, so try to compress the GIF as well and try to use GIFs which are low in size. The next best practice is to not have multiple links. Try to keep the links to as low as possible, 1 or 2 max, because if you have a lot of links in the email, then Google will put your email in spam. Don't use any words which might be spammy, like free. There are a few words which are usually prohibited, something like click here, apply now, apply online, free, excessive use of uppercase characters, exclusive deal, get it now. I'm not saying that using these words will put your emails in spam. Rather, you have to do it with caution. One other thing to test once you have written your email, whether your email is going to spam or not, there's a one handy technique. So once you are done with your email, once you have created the email, once you have written the content, you have added the URL, the text, whatever you are sending, click on next. Mostly all email clients will offer you this option. So once you scroll down here, I have an option of send a test email. Here I can send an email, a sent test. If the test email is landing in your primary tab of your email client, that means that for all the people who are getting this email, they will also get the email in the primary tab. Usually if you have any spam word, if you have multiple links, or if you're not following the best email marketing practices, then your email will land in promotion tab, the test email as well. And this will help you figure out whether the email is written well or not. So I'll go back. So once you are done with this, once you have completed your entire design, you can click on next. And here you can select the subject and all the other fields, the link tracking if you want to enable it or not. This will also help you figure out how many people actually clicked on the link, because if this metric is important to you, especially if you're in e-commerce or if you're selling a product or services, then you need to know how many people actually clicked on the link, how many people actually converted, how many took the action step of purchasing, adding the product in the cart, how many actually went through with the product purchase. Reply tracking can also be enabled, how many people are actually replying. You can also connect with Google Analytics. You can schedule the email. Let's say if you don't want to send the email right now, you can schedule the particular date or time if you want that. So it already has a spam check. Here you can see it says passed. So we don't have any spam words or any other reason that my spam will be going to a promotion or a social folder or a spam folder. Here, once this is done, you can click on send now. It will be scheduled if you're scheduling it. If you want to send it right now, you can click here and the email will be sent to all the people in the list that you selected, or you can go on and click save and exit, and this will be saved as a draft and it won't be sent. Here the campaign is available, new course launch. I can click on continue if I want to send this. So this is how easy it is to create a campaign and send it. I've already showed you the different kind of emails you can create. Not just a standard campaign. You can also create an automated sequence. You can create autoresponder. You can also split test different campaigns. You can compare multiple emails to test which one is working the best. Especially once your email list size will increase a lot. Let's say if you have 10,000 or 20,000 email IDs, then you'll start split testing. You'll start sending multiple variations of emails with different subject lines. As we split tested the landing page to figure out which landing page is converting the best. Similarly, if you are selling a product or a service, then you need to know that your email marketing is performing the best. So in that case, you start sending different kind of campaigns, different versions of the same campaign to figure out which campaign is working the best. And then you keep the best working campaign. If you're loving our free courses, then you will surely love our community. If you're interested in weekly live streams, daily discussion, exclusive content, case studies, checklists, worksheet, courses and on-demand videos, monthly challenges, networking and collaboration opportunities, Ask Me Anything sessions, expert interviews, and much more, then all you have to do is click on the link in the description and invest in your growth. We are running a 50% lifetime discount for first few members. Watching free courses is one thing. Being part of a community of like-minded individuals where everyone wants to excel, that experience is 10x better. Now let's go back to the video. Let's talk more about automation. Automation is extremely important. I've already showed you that I don't have to do anything. Once the automation is created, the entire email marketing campaign runs on autopilot. You really don't have to work much. So let's say if I want to create an automation, just to show you guys how it works. So again, you have multiple categories. You can create different kind of automations. This is the best part about going for an email client like ActiveCampaign. You already have some automations created. You just have to connect the dots. You don't have to build anything from scratch. You can also select the different industries. Let's say if you're into e-commerce, healthcare, media publishing, whichever you are. Let's say if I select a media publishing. So here I have all these different automations: publishing, new submitter checklist, submission confirmation, submission approved, submission rejected, etc. Similarly, let's check travel and hospitality, a loyalty program automation, deal creation, contact segmentation. You can read more about all these automations and figure out whether you want to work on that or not. Let's say if I want to start from scratch, let's select this, continue. So here we have all the different options. Here we can see different triggers we have. Let's say if someone submits a form, someone opens a particular email that we have sent, someone clicks on a link that for the email that we select, a web page is visited. So all these are different triggers. A trigger is the first on an automation. So automation is activated once a trigger is achieved. Let's say if someone submits a form, like in our case, I told you earlier, if someone gets added to our marketers feed newsletter list, then the automation is triggered and then they are sent the confirmation email. It's a simple automation of someone subscribed to a list. Let's say someone subscribed to a list is what I select. Here you can select the list. Let's say someone subscribes for the marketers feed newsletter sign up list and do it only once, or if you want to do it multiple times. Let's say I want to run multiple times and I can click on add start. So if someone signs up to that particular list, the action that you want to take, the sending option could be you can send them an email, you can send them an SMS, or you can go for a condition workflow. It could be if else, go to, if you want a goal to be completed, or if you want to start another automation. There are hundreds of different logics that you can create with the automation. I can't go through all the different options, but I'm just giving you a basic overview of everything. Similarly, you have different actions that you can take on contacts. Let's say if you want to update a contact, add a particular tag to a contact, remove a tag, add a note. So there are multiple things. But primarily you will be using conditions or workflow. Let's say you want to use an if else statement. So if someone signs up for the email ID, if a particular condition is met, let's say the contact detail or the first name is, let's say Jeff. If the first name of that person is Jeff, so the condition is that the first name of the person is Jeff. As you remember, I'm not taking the name of the person in our landing page, but let's say we were taking the name. And if the first name of the person is Jeff, then the kind of action I want to take, let's say I want to end this automation. If the name of the person is Jeff, I want to end this automation. If the name of the person is not Jeff, then we can do multiple things. Let's say we want to send them a particular email. We can select that. Let's say I want to send them an email. I can create an email to get started. Here I'll add the email name. If not Jeff, I can create, and then again select the kind of email I want to write, the template, and again the same process of writing the email, then click on save and exit. And that is how the automation works. Automations are extremely powerful, guys. Don't take that lightly. Automations is where the real power of email client comes into play. Similar to ActiveCampaign, you get all these options in ConvertKit as well. Whatever you're using, this is the kind of reports you'll get. The number of emails sent, the number of subscribers, click rate, open rate, all these details will be available for every email client, whatever one you choose. Now let's talk about traffic strategies. Let's say you have created your landing page, you have created the funnel, you have created the automated sequences, the landing page, the thank you page, you have written all the emails. How do you drive traffic to your landing page? Now I'll take my case as an example. Here it's a newsletter. It's a newsletter which will give you marketing and online business news on a weekly basis. Now you guys already know that I already have an audience using YouTube. So all the people who watch me on YouTube, I have the link to this newsletter on my video description. Also on my website, the newsletter section, and also a few other places where I'm promoting this newsletter. So for me, the traffic channel will be YouTube and the traffic on my website. But let's say if you don't have a YouTube channel and you want to drive traffic to your landing page, then how can you do? See, the first is the paid media. I've already told you about how to run Google ads and Facebook ads. I already have very comprehensive courses on the same on this YouTube channel. So make sure you check both those courses if you want to run Facebook ads, because those are the two biggest media campaigns you can run. Similarly, if you already have an Instagram account, if you have a page with hundreds and thousands of followers, you can promote your newsletter there. We will be coming up with a very comprehensive course on Instagram very soon on this channel. It will be again free. So make sure you subscribe to get that course for free as well. Not just Instagram, we'll also be coming up with our comprehensive comprehensive YouTube course, how to start, scale and monetize a YouTube channel. So you can wait for that course. But if you're watching this video after a few months of this published date, then the course might already be published. So make sure you check the video description or the playlist section of this channel to see whether the free courses are available or not. So as for the free traffic, we will be launching multiple courses, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, and many other free courses. But for the paid media, we already have a couple of courses. You can promote that. See, for any promotion, you have to first figure out your target audience, who your target audience is, because you don't want to add irrelevant people to your email list or whatever product you're promoting. Even if you're selling a course, you need some target audience. So first you need to build a customer avatar, a customer persona, where your target audience is. Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? And then you have to start with a strategy. It could be paid media. Driving free traffic is difficult, guys. It will require a lot of effort. It will require a lot of patience. But if you want an instant boost of traffic, you can start running Google ad campaign and Facebook ad campaign. But then again, you should also have a backend strategy, because if you're spending money in the front end, what's the revenue you're getting in the backend? That again depends on the product and the services you're offering. I'll take a case study of Morning Brew. When we talk about Morning Brew is basically a newsletter which covers daily news, and it's very short, crisp, and covers everything about what's happening in the world. And they have millions of subscribers. Now, see, the niche of Morning Brew is something that is very common to usually all the individuals, because everyone wants to be updated with the daily news, what's happening in the world, what's happening in their country. So the audience segment of Morning Brew is very vast. It's not a very niche segment. So they are doing everything. You will see Morning Brew promoting in YouTube campaigns. They have hired YouTube influencers. They are paying YouTube influencers to promote their newsletter. They already have a very strong brand loyalty. Morning Brew is searched by lots of people. You can see 2.6 million visitors are coming onto this website, and 60% of the traffic is coming directly, and 15% is coming from search, 13% from email. This 13% traffic from email is the referral campaign. Morning Brew is known for their referral program. So they'll give you a lot of incentive if you bring your friends along. So let's say if you start reading Morning Brew newsletter and you start loving it. So this is how the email of Morning Brew looks like. It was received to me 25 minutes ago. So they have a big brand, then they have a snippet, a basic overview of all the news that are happening in the world. Crypto is very popular these days. Similarly, Ford hopes lightning strikes. So this is how their newsletter looks. And at the bottom of the newsletter, you will find this is how they promote their newsletter. Share the brew. So if you refer Morning Brew to 3 people, this is the benefit you will get. You will get exclusive monthly event. Then at 5 referral, you get stickers. You'll get work from home makeover. Similarly, 25 referrals will get you a t-shirt, a coffee mug. So this is another very common and a very popular strategy used by all the big newsletters to drive more people, because every person can bring their friends and get them signed up. So that is why you see that around 15% of the traffic is coming from email. So referral is a very, very common way. If you want me to create a comprehensive video on how to create referral campaign, then you can join our membership and we can create a video there. Similarly, they have some social, and then they are running some display ads as well. So the promotion of anything depends really on the target audience. See, the worst part about email newsletter is whenever you're creating an email newsletter, there is no organic channel. Like for YouTube video, your video might get viral. Similarly, on Instagram, your post might get viral and you might get a lot of followers. But with newsletter, there is no platform. It's a standalone entity. You have a separate domain or a separate website where you are getting the email IDs. So you'll need some external source of traffic. So if you want paid media, you can watch our paid media courses. If you have a website which is driving hundreds and thousands of visitors, then you can use SEO traffic. We already have a very comprehensive video on SEO. Similarly, we will be launching a very comprehensive courses on Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, Medium, all the free traffic channel source and how to scale on them very soon on this channel. So make sure you subscribe to get access to them. You have to build a brand first. I have already told you about how to use referral traffic to drive more traffic. I've already showed you how Morning Brew is using referral traffic to drive more subscribers to their newsletter. So first find the customer avatar and then figure out the strategy that will work the best for you. It's not about the number of subscribers you have. It's all about the quality of subscribers you have. How many of them are actually opening the email? Let's say if you have 1 million subscribers, but only 1% of those people are actually opening the email, then what's the point of even having 1 million subscribers? So your focus should be on people who are engaged with the emails. They are opening your email. A general guideline will be around 40 to 50% open rate. It's very healthy. They are opening your email. They're engaging with the email. They are reading your emails. So that is the best metric. It's never the number of subscribers, but number of engaged subscribers. In our SEO course, I gave the example of how Backlinko is driving 1.2 million visitors per month. In my experience, I can say that this particular template of grabbing the email ID will be converting at around 1 to 2%. So out of 1.2 million visitors, if even 1 to 2% people actually give their email ID, so he is getting email IDs for free because he is working on the SEO traffic. He has put in all the hard work and the effort in the last few years to build the brand of the website Backlinko so that majority of the website traffic is coming from search engine optimization. You can see search traffic is 56% and then the 36% traffic. If you want to start, build and scale a website and drive tons and tons of visitors to your website, then you can watch our free SEO course where I've shown you how to drive free traffic, and then you can grab all the email IDs and then create an email list and monetize your newsletter. So now I have told you what our email newsletter is, how to build the landing page, how to write the emails, what are the different ways to drive traffic to your newsletter. Now let's talk about monetization, which is another very, very important part, because if someone is spending a lot of time in building something, the ultimate goal most probably is monetization, to drive revenue, to make money from your newsletter or whatever landing page you are creating, whatever product or service you are offering. So now if you're creating an email newsletter like me, here we are creating an email newsletter. So the goal is to drive the email newsletter to at least 10 to 50,000 people, because we have a traffic channel that is Marketers Feed. So all the people who are interested in marketing online business, creating an online business, making money online, then they will be joining to my Marketers Feed newsletter. And then my job is to deliver as much value as possible by giving daily news, business news, case studies, free courses, and a lot more options. And once I have enough subscribers, then I can start selling ads. I can sell multiple things. I can sell affiliate products, I can sell memberships, I can sell ads, because once you have the audience segment, just like any YouTuber, once they have 1 million subscribers, they can start selling anything to their audience. It could be affiliate product, it could be launching their own product, it could be selling someone else's product, it could be sponsorship, it could be creating their own email newsletter, it could be selling the stuff they are using to make the videos, like their Amazon kit. So once you have the audience, making money is the easy part. Here I have taken the example of Morning Brew. So this is the newsletter they are sending. Now you know that they have 1 to 2 million subscribers on their newsletter. Even if they're getting a 40% open rate, that means hundreds and thousands of people will be opening this email. Here they have a section called Sponsored by JustWorks. Now JustWorks is paying Morning Brew for the attention Morning Brew can bring to JustWorks. Because if hundreds and thousands of people are opening the email after they have looked upon this particular news, they will see that sponsored by JustWorks. Even if people does not click here and they don't end up purchasing whatever they are selling, it is still giving you brand recognition. Because if 700 or 800,000 people are getting to know about JustWorks, this will increase the brand affinity. Because brands are not just looking for sales, they are also looking for recognition. They want people to know about their brand. Because let's say if someone is not willing to purchase something right now, but if they know about your brand and in the future they are looking for the product or service, just because they might have heard about the product, they are more likely to convert, because people are always looking for familiarity. People are always looking for recognition. People are always looking for trust. And building trust is extremely important. And trust is built once you start showing your product and services everywhere. There is usually a stat very common that customer usually makes a decision once they have shown the product or services at least 7 times. It could be on Instagram, YouTube, on their website, or any other ways. So once a customer has 7 touch points with a particular brand, they end up making the decision, okay, I can move forward with this brand. But just on the first interaction, let's say you find about a new brand, a new watch brand, you won't directly go and end up buying that particular thing. You guys already know about Apple, millions of people are using it, you know, you trust the brand, that's why you go and buy it. But if a new brand comes up, you directly won't go and buy it. So even brand affinity is extremely important. So JustWorks must be paying Morning Brew a lot of money because the kind of readership Morning Brew has. Now Morning Brew can also start selling affiliate product. Let's say they want to promote something, then they can go for an affiliate partnership and promote that. Similarly, Hustle.co is doing the same thing. They also have huge readership. So they are selling advertising space. You can sell affiliate products. You can create your own products. You can start selling them. This is more about the email newsletter, but let's say you're a product or service based company, you can send multiple different kinds of email. Let's say if someone is adding your product to the cart page. But another very common and a very effective use of email marketing is using abandoned cart emails. So let's say if I add something, let's say if I want to buy these earbuds, I'll click here, I'll click on add and I'll log into my account, I'll click on add, I'll go to the cart page. Now see, there are multiple things happening. First of all, let's say if I don't go and proceed with the checkout, I only keep it in the cart, then I don't purchase this product in a couple of days. If I am logged into my account, then Amazon knows that this particular email ID has added the product in the cart, but they haven't yet checked out. I haven't yet given the money. In that case, Amazon can send me an email telling me about my abandoned cart. They might give me a coupon code. They might give me 3% off, 5% off. In that case, few of the people will convert. So a person who was not buying something to sending them an email and getting that extra benefit, to getting those extra sales. This is another benefit of email marketing. Similarly, Amazon might send you top picks, emails containing top picks, top selling products. All these emails will help you figure out, you might be enticed, you might click on something and purchase something. So this is again increasing the overall revenue of Amazon. So email marketing is an extremely important channel, and because you can get direct communication with all the customers you have. Affiliate marketing is another way you can make money from your email list. Whatever the niche of your product be, whatever the niche of your list be, your niche could be fitness, your niche could be guitar, it could be dog. You can easily find affiliate marketing products. You can easily find products that you can do affiliate marketing for. We already have a comprehensive free course playlist on affiliate marketing. The link is in the description. I'll highly recommend you guys to watch the free course as well. In there, I have shown you how to use affiliate marketing to make massive money online. So you can sign up as an affiliate to all these companies and start promoting the products to your list and make extra money that way. The next way is to create a webinar or launch your own product. Let's say if you have a list of people who are interested in fitness, then you can create a fitness program. You can create a video course and then you can sell that to the email list. Similarly, if you're coming up with a productivity cheat sheet, let's say you have a productivity workflow which is very unique to you, which is very powerful, then you can even sell that to your email list. Email list gives you access to all the people on the list in a one-on-one communication channel. You can upsell, you can downsell, you can add small things, you can sell small things, you can sell other people's product, you can create your own product. There are multiple ways to monetize an email list. The only thing that matters in an email list is the quality of the list. How many people are actually engaged, and also don't over promote, guys. See, you also have to understand, if someone starts over promoting to you, would you like it? No, right? Because like if on my channel, instead of giving you free courses, I start selling you all these different courses. Let's say suddenly I start uploading videos related to how you can join my membership, how you can buy this course for $500, how you can buy this, how you can buy that. So very soon you'll lose interest in me, right? Because you will think, okay, this guy is not adding value in my life. Rather than adding value to my life, he's just selling his products. So over promotion is something that must be avoided, because maintaining the quality of email list is extremely important. Here in the case of Morning Brew as well, you will see that they're not pushing the sponsored post right at the start of the newsletter. Rather, once you scroll down, after a very long time, around 50 to 60% of the newsletter length, you will find the sponsored post. Because first they want to deliver value to the users by giving them the news for which they subscribed. And only once they have received the value, then they are sponsoring something, then they are showing some kind of an ad. So in the marketing world, the first thing is to deliver as much value as possible. The same is the case for Instagram, the same is the case for YouTube. Wherever you want to scale, the ultimate goal should be to deliver the value first. And then here and there, you can start promoting something just to monetize, because as a creator, you also need to make money in order to survive, in order to scale, in order to run a business. So guys, now I'll give you a summary of the email marketing tips that I wish I knew earlier. So first of all is knowing the entire funnel. That is why I recommend you guys to watch all our free course playlist, because learning email marketing itself is not the way to become better. You also have to learn how to run Google ads, Facebook ads. You also should know about SEO. You should also know how to monetize the email list, how to do affiliate marketing, how to start a blog, how to build a website, how to create a landing page. So you have to become a complete digital marketer. You cannot just learn email marketing in a standalone way and think that, okay, I will be making thousands of dollars. It does not work like that. Second is that you have to learn the art of copywriting, that is click-worthy titles. Because even if you're writing an email, even if you have a list of 1 million people, but only 20% people are actually opening it, what's the point? You have to learn the art of understanding the psychology of the person. What kind of emails should I write, the click-worthy titles, because this will again drastically impact your revenue. Then the third thing is learning the power of automation. I've already showed you how powerful automations are. If you're using ActiveCampaign, then you can create multiple automations and really save up your time and energy. The next step would be to always use double opt-in. I am not a strong proponent of single opt-in. Rather, double opt-in, you're getting a guarantee that the person is actually interested in what you're offering, and hence your quality of list will be high. Your emails will have a higher open rate. You'll have a better IP server reputation, and all these are extremely important metrics. Then the next thing is that once you have an email list, don't just forget about the people. You also have to continuously engage them, give them a lot of value. If you're thinking that you'll build an email list of, let's say, 10,000 people, and you won't send them anything for the next 3 months, and then suddenly you'll send an email and they'll all be happy and they'll be expecting you. It doesn't work like that. You have to continuously provide value. People have a lot of options these days. Even if you're opening a YouTube channel, you'll have to continuously provide value. The moment you stop providing value, people have options, they will move on to someone else and they will forget about you. So make sure you continuously provide value and keep them engaged. And in the end, monetize the email list. I've already given you multiple ways on how you can monetize, but the focus should be more on value and less on monetization. If people are enjoying the value you're delivering, then they will be willing to pay that extra amount, because people are always looking for genuine people who are delivering more value and expecting less in return. Hey guys, congratulations on being the very few people who have watched this entire free course till the end. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you are watching this, comment below made it till the end, along with the playback speed at which you watched the course. It will be fun. As always, like the video and subscribe to our channel. These 2 steps alone are the biggest motivation for us to launch many more free courses in the future. I hope you loved the video. Do you want courses worth over $1,000? Then click here to watch our entire free digital marketing mastery course, and click here to watch our entire free affiliate marketing mastery course.